Hi there, it's Christy with the Chirp YouTube channel. I'm here to talk to you about a little problem, a very sneaky little issue that we need to address when it comes to communicating successfully with our kids who have communication disorders or delays. This issue is transient prompts and cues. Transient means it's there and then it's gone. And cues or prompts are anything that we use to communicate what we wish a child to do. Most of our children who have a developmental delay or a developmental disorder have difficulty cueing in to the world around them. We call that engagement. Engagement is a curious interest in the world around us. And a lot of our kids who are not developing typically have a lot of difficulty with engagement. There are lots of reasons behind that, which I'm not going to go into in this video. But what I want to mention is that engagement is the #1 skill for learning. We have to be engaged with our environment in order to learn. That makes sense if you think about engagement as interest in what's going on around you. And if you picture a child, maybe you know one of these children who is very internally focused, who doesn't pay attention to environmental stimuli, doesn't necessarily hear you when you call his name, even though you know that he can hear fine because he comes running when you open his favorite toy or his favorite snack. This is an engagement difficulty. We need these kids to be engaged with the world around them, and we need to be working on that. And I've done tons of videos on this topic because it is the #1 important skill for learning. And I've put them down in the information box below this video, so please check them out. I hope you will find them helpful. Even though we are working on engagement, usually it starts out that a child is unengaged most of the time, and there are little blips where she tunes in to whatever's happening around her, and you see she's there, she's paying attention, she's interested and engaged and enjoying whatever's happening with you. As time goes on, of course, we hope that these blips become more frequent or that it's a longer duration that she is engaged. That's wonderful. That is exactly what we want, until finally most of the time she's engaged and there's a little valley every once in a while when she needs a couple of moments just to herself to space out. And that is pretty typical as kids develop and as they learn from the treatments that we're providing them. However, children will still have times when they are not engaged because they need some sensory time, because they need some alone time. I have moments when I'm not engaged with my environment. There are times when I get home from a very busy day and I don't even take in any of the stimuli that are coming at me. If my husband tells me something during that time, I don't process it. It doesn't affect me because I kind of just didn't even hear it. Even though I heard it with my ear, I didn't hear it with my brain. And that's what happens when a person is unengaged, whether it's a child or an adult. I'm an adult. We need to make sure that the cues and the prompts that we are providing for our children, our students, are not transient. Because if they are there and then they are gone, and the child happens to be unengaged during the moment we provided that communication, she's not going to have received it. So if I'm spaced out in one of those moments, as I was mentioning, and my husband tells me that we need more bread, I didn't hear it. I'm not going to get the bread, and I will have failed at a major issue of communication that needs to happen in my family. However, if he had written down the word bread on a Post-it note and stuck it on my water glass, I would have gotten the message, even though in the moment that he could have verbally said it, I was unengaged. What I'm telling you here is we need visuals. We need to help support our kids' development by using visuals with them for many, many reasons. One being because visuals are not transient. Children can refer back to the visual even though she might have been unengaged in the moment I tried to communicate to her what she was supposed to do or what I was going to do. She could look at the symbol or the picture or whatever it is, the item, and realize what was going to happen. So for example, if a child is unengaged during free play, and I say verbally, it's time to clean up because it's time for snack, but she's unengaged, she's not going to know what's happening because she wasn't tuned in to my verbal language. However, if I hold up a big sign that has a picture of our snack on it, a picture of an apple or a picture of a cracker or whatever our snack is, and I hold it up and I leave it held up and tell all the kids to clean up, and all the other kids are cleaning up, which will be a visual prompt for her. She looks around, she sees all the other kids are cleaning up. She looks at me, I'm holding up the snack sign. Even if her auditory system was not processing incoming information, she will have gotten the prompt that it's time to clean up for snack because of visuals happening all around her. So think of some different ways, different times that your students or your kids could be unengaged during a time you're trying to communicate to them. And think of ways that you could use visuals to make sure that those prompts and cues are not transient. We don't want our kids to lose out on stuff because they weren't engaged in that one small moment when a transient signal was transmitted. If you think about being on the moon and NASA only sends a little blip once a minute, the chance that you hear the little blip is going to be smaller than if they sent out a consistent signal. Another idea is to have a visual schedule. Visual schedule, a child always knows when snack time is coming because she can look at the pictures. She knows she's playing now, and she can look and see, oh, next is music time, and then is story time, and then it's time for a snack. Yay! She can prompt herself. A communication book is also a fantastic idea for making prompts non-transient. If your child is spaced out, doesn't know it's snack time, but she comes to her sense of being engaged again and sees that on the table in front of her is a communication book opened up to the snack page, she's going to realize, oh, guess what? It's snack time and I get to pick a snack. That's another great idea for cueing a child in a non-transient way. This video just gave you some ideas for non-transient cues and ways that you can use things that are more permanent, things that have a longer duration, to help your kids or your students better understand what's going on around them and better understand what you're expecting from them. I've done many videos on engagement, but I have never brought up yet this particular topic that we need to make sure to accommodate our students as best we can for the times when they are unengaged, and make sure that the communication that we transmit to them is available in a wide range of modalities. So we say it verbally, and this helps their system get used to verbal language and learn to process it better. We give them visual cues, which are the easiest for them to receive. We give them social cues. Their peers are cleaning up. It's probably time for them to clean up too. All of these cues and prompts linked together make for a successful learning experience. I hope this video was helpful to you. I know that many of you use lots of these sort of strategies in your classrooms or your homes, and I would love it if you would leave some of your non-transient cues in the comments below this video so that we can all learn from your creativity and be inspired. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.